The Game Plan, man.
Yeah, a good game plan might be to stay home and not go see this movie.
Damn. Well, you know something? We got Vin Diesel in The Pacifier.
Yeah.
And now we got The Rock in The Game Plan. You know, we already have a category movie with racially ambiguous men who are keeping little kids.
Yeah, pretty much. It's almost like somebody said, like, oh, The Pacifier. We did that with Vin Diesel. Now we do that with The Rock. But whoever said it, either they never saw The Pacifier or they're trying to kill The Rock's career. Because that pretty much finished Vin Diesel. I mean, you remember how Vin Diesel was like cool up until he did that movie?
That's right. You ain't heard of him no more.
No.
I mean, he did that one movie where he was,
he did Pitch Black, where he was like totally mysterious and cool. Then he did The Fast and the Furious, where he wasn't mysterious, but he was like, man, this is a badass dude. And Triple X was kind of like, well,
Triple X some bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
But then he did Catch Me Guilty or whatever it is.
Find Me Guilty.
Found Me
Guilty or whatever.
Yeah, but then he did like a Pacifier. It was like he got into a Fast and Furious car and drove off, and they can't catch his ass no more nowhere. It's like he said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, it's like, you know what, Vin? You're cooler when people don't see you. So the best thing for you to do is just keep on going and never come back.
Yeah,
you'll be a legend.
So
now we got The Rock, famous wrestler, even more famous for people going like, so is he black or Spanish or what's going on? I don't get it. What race is he?
He's Samoan, right?
Yeah, he's half black and half Samoan. His dad is black. He was a wrestler too.
Oh, okay. I knew Samoan was in there somewhere because Rock is too big to be anything else.
He is a big motherfucker.
Man, I had to admit, I'm like, damn. And I'm talking about just his head. I ain't talking about nothing else. But I like The Rock, man. Dwayne Johnson.
Well, that's the thing.
And you don't like? Oh, I hate to hear that about him.
No. I'm not saying I don't like The Rock. I mean, The Rock himself is a very personable. He's a charismatic guy. You want to like him.
Yeah.
And so part of the problem with this movie is, not the problem, but the setup of the movie is, I'm sure if anybody doesn't know, he's a football quarterback. He's like the quarterback. He's Joe Kingman, the greatest quarterback in the league who never got a touchdown. Never got a Super Bowl ring. And he's totally into himself. He's just bordering on being an asshole, except he's just always smiling, always happy, but everything's about him. He's Mr. Selfish.
The only reason why he's not an asshole is because won't nobody call him that to his face.
Probably so.
Motherfucker's so big.
Well, you know what? The thing is, that's part of the problem with the movie is like it being a Disney movie is like they want to make The Rock some guy who's totally selfish, all into himself, completely self-centered, yet they won't go that extra step to make him a dick. It's like we must always keep this character likable no matter what. And anybody in real life, they would be. Because okay, he got his buddies and that's all he needs and really it's down to him. He don't want nobody to mess up his furniture. Everything's about him. But, they kind of show you that like, yes, but at the end of the party, when everyone goes home, he's lonely.
Oh,
bullshit. He's all by himself. Yeah, bullshit. Because a famous football player like that, who as rich as he is, would have all kinds of pussy up in there. Like, he has this one kind of teenage Russian model girlfriend, and that's it. I'm like, that's a goddamn lie.
No, man, it would have been coke parties. He would have been beating up whores, He would have been fighting dogs, all kind of stuff.
Exactly. You get to that level of rich and decadence, you gotta kill a hobo to get a hard on by that point. But this guy, he's Mr. Squeaky Clean.
No, okay, nothing against gay people out there, but he must be gay and don't know it. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't come out the closet and he has to keep up this macho lifestyle. So he's lonely.
Well, now if there's anything that might say that he's not gay, might be the problem is that, he's been divorced. So maybe he's hurt. The Rock has a tender side. I forgot to mention part of his whole Joe Kingman persona, because he's the king, is that he's in love with Elvis. So he's got Elvis everywhere, and he's constantly singing Elvis songs.
We ain't never seen that before.
Yeah, I know.
That's a shorthand for a character these days.
Well, it's funny because you look at Lilo and Stitch and how much Elvis is in that. I'm like, I wonder if Disney has a piece of the Elvis empire.
Disney got a piece of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have you ever looked in your ass in the mirror lately?
You know what? I bet under my eyelid is tattooed the word Disney.
Yeah, I checked the other day. I got Disney under my left ass cheek. Disney owns me. All
right. Well, now the big thing about this movie here's the plot: is that he's this guy all into himself, greatest quarterback, heading for this big Super Bowl. And they like, what can Kingman do to finally get this ring? Maybe if he could just pass to his teammates instead of running the ball in himself.
Yeah.
But he's got the world on a string, and then suddenly a little girl shows up and says, "Hey, Daddy, I'm here." And he's like, "What the hell? I divorced your mom like 8 years ago." His agent was like, "Well, when y'all got divorced, did y'all stop having sex?" Well, there was this one time. And it's like
that one time.
shit.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Now, he ain't got enough money to have this little girl killed, and the mom too. That'd be a movie.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Well, he's got suddenly a cute / annoying little girl that's up under him, telling him like, "My mom went to Africa for a month, and she dropped me off here for you to take care of me." So he's got to figure out if she's really his daughter, and his agent's like, "Hey, you got all these endorsement deals coming up, and they find out you've been a deadbeat dad. All that shit's gonna sink." Now, meanwhile, in the real world, Michael Vick is killing dogs left and right, and it took them a while to go like, well, maybe we should go ahead and take some contracts away from him.
Yeah.
But here in the Disney world, that matters.
Yeah.
It matters. So he's got the little girl. He's got to fit her into his life, which means that his hot rod car that has to go. He's got to get a station wagon
Not the hot rod
with a car seat in it.
Wait a minute, this girl is big. She don't need no car seat. I'm looking at her ass right now.
Actually, kids need car seats up until 12 years old.
I'd be goddamn. You put me like 11 years old on a car seat. I mean, I'm a
No,
girl.
you won't be goddamn, but your parents will be getting a ticket or going to jail.
Man, you know how tall I
Again.
was when I was 11?
I don't give a damn.
I had a beard when I was 11. What are you talking about? But okay, I'm so he has to change his lifestyle for this girl.
Right. He's got a club he's opening, a nightclub. So he's a new. He ain't used to having kids, so he's like, well, sure. I take the kid to nightclub. What's the big deal?
Okay, so
she ends up in a newspaper drinking margaritas.
Oh, okay. So I see where this is going now. It's like
Yes, well,
it's a very cute movie, probably too cute, and the girl's probably annoying through half the movie.
Okay.
What's the problem here?
Okay. The problem is you say you see where this is going. Okay. Tell you what. From what I told you, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, it's going to be the typical stuff where all the jokes are going to be this whole, for lack of a better word, it's kind of a fish out of water story. I mean, he has to change lifestyles and just do all this funny stuff for this girl. You get all this physical humor with him trying to adapt to this little girl's lifestyle.
Okay. And what happens at the end?
Oh, and at the end, he finally realizes that he loves her and that he wants to be a father. And the whole world is happy at the end because he adopts her.
Oh, well, dang. Did you actually see this movie? No, you figured it out because it's so damn predictable. Everything you just said, unless you were just completely brainless, from the first 6 minutes in this movie, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's just like everything you said, except it's this new brand of Disney Channel theatrics where it's all really just really bad sitcoms and nobody tries hard. So most of the jokes you're just groaning through or it's just super predictable. It's just to the point like the movie is really making me mad. And the thing that made me the most mad about this movie was that it fucking made me cry. I was so pissed off.
Got that Leon soft spot.
I know. I mean, I was sitting there with my head in my hands, like I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get up. You know what? This is a waste of my time. Sure, it's not as bad as Underdog, but still, it's just I just hate this. And then they get to the part where they go for the tears, and they just chip away at it and chip, and I'm like, I don't care. This movie's dumb. I'm not gonna. Okay.
Come on, man.
You know what? Okay, yeah, but see, the Rock hasn't cried. As long as the Rock doesn't cry, he's crying. Damn it. If there's just some of, you know what? I liken this to like if you have like a girl, like a skanky girl that hits on you all the time. Not that she's unattractive, but she's just skanky where you kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of gross. Like say like Amy Winehouse, who's like pretty, but like she's a total junkie bitch.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
You don't know what kind of diseases she got.
I take that though.
Well, that's the thing. If she was hitting on you like all the time, just every time you saw her every day, there'd be at some point you would probably give in and go like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, God only got so many no's.
Exactly.
Even for a skanky bitch.
Exactly.
So this movie is like the skanky bitch where it just keeps on chipping at you until you give in.
Yeah.
So at the end, you gave in.
I gave in at the end.
And you had sex with the skanky bitch, known as the game plan.
Yeah, I guess I did.
So the movie's not all that bad then. I mean, maybe for like families, little kids, you can take them to.
No. Well, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. The big selling point to this movie is actually not The Rock. It's the little girl. I think his name's Samantha Bettis. Look her name up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, she's on the show Korey in the House. Not that show with you.
She ain't been in my house.
I know because we never see her again.
Don't want the police coming over here. She's out at somebody else's house.
Leave too many clues. No, if you watch Disney Channel, you're familiar with That's So Raven?
Yeah.
And they've done a spinoff to That's So Raven where her brother goes to live in the White House.
Actually, I've seen Korey in the House.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this girl plays the president's daughter. and they never explain why the president has a mulatto daughter. I mean, this movie just full of biracial people.
Oh, it's because he fucked the maid. That's why. I can tell you that. We don't need no explanation.
But anyway, so the reason kids want to see this movie is like, oh, it's her from Korey in the House.
Okay.
And and the girl is cute. And she's actually a good actress, for playing an 8-year-old. It's just too bad. Like most of the things they had to say for her are really terrible. I mean, it's a terrible script, and the jokes are bad. And The Rock, I mean, he's for an actor, he's Sir Laurence Olivier. I'm sorry. For a wrestler, he's Sir Laurence Olivier. He's a decent enough actor, although really, because the movie's so underwritten, you needed somebody with a lot of character, like, say, a Jim Carrey, just somebody who's going to bring something wacky to it.
But you needed a big guy to play a football
exactly.
player.
So, where are you going to go? I mean, Terry Crews might have been able to do it. He probably would have been a good choice. But
ain't nobody want to see Terry Crews' big black ass on screen.
I
love Terry Crews,
I do
but
too, man. I know. That's the thing. It's like, he probably auditioned too, and he just showed up, and all he saw was a shadow. Went next.
Yeah, exactly. We love you, man, but take your ass on out.
They holding auditions for this movie. They holding up paper bags. Like, if you darker than this sandwich bag, you would not get this part.
Yeah, Terry Crews just a little too dark, man. I mean, I hate that too.
Oh, I do too.
You ain't gonna give him no movie unless he's just acting like a goddamn fool. Maybe when they make another black retarded movie, they'll have him in there.
Right.
We get the Green Mile Part 2. Terry Crews will be like what's his name's cousin.
The further adventures of Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be our Mr. Teabag, So fucking yeah, but anyway, so this movie, it sounds like it doesn't sound like a movie for us,
right?
But you're making it sound like it's possibly a movie that families can enjoy, and even then, the movie at the end does
it
pull
does.
at you
I mean,
emotionally,
like I said, as much as I had given up on it, that's when it pulled together. And I think a lot of just because The Rock isn't like an actor to pull off the comedy so much, but when it came to the dramatic part, he was very. I mean, I could say he was very good when it came to that. At the point when he realized, I love the girl and she's getting taken away, and just how he's depressed after that. I couldn't help but feel with him on that part.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so I'm gonna, this was so close to being some old bullshit, but I'm gonna say rental.
It sounds like a perfect rental.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like something you can rent for your kids.
There's really no reason to see it in the theater, but for as a rental, it works.
Yeah. Okay then. All right. That sounds good to me. I don't know what to say after that.
Me either. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, go ahead, have sex with the skanky bitch. It ain't that bad. I'm sorry.